Hey guys, my name is David Bjarnes and I'm the Viking Agilist, and today I want to talk to you about a simple thing that you can do if you're a business analyst that will take your skills from ordinary to extraordinary in just a little bit. Okay, so when we talk about requirements as a business analyst, the thing that you can do better, or the thing that you can do that delivers more value to your team or to your stakeholders or even to your company, is being able to visually communicate those requirements to either your development team or the stakeholders or whoever it is that you're working with. When you are able to visually document and visually show the things that you're working on as a business analyst, when you're trying to document requirements for development on a development project, your value is going to be that much greater and your effectiveness is going to be that much greater as a business analyst. So what do I mean when I say visually communicate the requirements? What I mean is when you are talking about, how a system is supposed to work, or when the user interacts with it, the different business rules that are applied. If you can show those requirements in a diagram or a mock-up or a prototype, a visual prototype that users can actually see, your effectiveness is going to enhance. And there's 3 reasons for that. The first one is, as you show things visually to your development team is going to have that much greater context and understanding of where the little piece that they're working on fits in with the greater whole. So when you show those requirements visually to your development team, the small, super easy questions that might come up, initially if you just had everything written out, are gone, because they already understand how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to work, because you showed them visually. And so because of that, the speed of development is going to increase because they have that better understanding, and you're not getting tripped up on small, simple questions that you have to either answer yourself or go back to the stakeholders and say, okay, I know we talked about this, but when we talk about this, what does this mean? Or how does this work? Because you already got past that by showing those requirements visually, by showing it either in a diagram or a mock-up or a prototype. The second reason why you should document or why you should communicate visually the requirements that you're working on as a business analyst is that when you're working with stakeholders and you're able to show them a picture, a visual representation of the things that they're trying to explain to you or they're trying to have you build, again, you bypass all those simple questions and you get everyone on the same page in terms of your stakeholders. And when everyone is on the same page, that's when decisions can be made to go forward or to, refine certain areas of the thing that you're trying to build. Okay? If you didn't do that visually and you just say, let's say you had a business requirements document that you're trying to explain and re-explain to the stakeholders that never read your document because it's super long and they don't have time for that, then you're going to have these misunderstandings. One word to one particular side of the business is going to mean something completely different on the other side of the business. So there's a lot of misinterpretation. There's a lot of unclear expectations, let's say. Whereas if you can skip all that by just saying, hey, here's the thing that we're building. Here's how it works. When the user does this, we apply these business rules. And they can see that logically in an easily understood format. Those simple questions or those misinterpretations, the misunderstandings, those all go away. You got everybody on the same page and they're ready to make decisions because they understand exactly how it's supposed to work, and we're not debating or trying to talk through different misinterpretations from one stakeholder to another. So it accelerates your elicitation sessions when you're trying to get those requirements from your stakeholders to figure out what it is that you're trying to build. So that's the second thing. The third thing is when you communicate visually, it actually helps you as a business analyst become a better business analyst. So I know it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of work to set up a proper wireframe or to set up a business diagram or a logical decision tree, that takes a lot of time. And it also takes a lot of time because you want to do it right, and you want to make it simplified, and you want to make it easy to understand. But even though it takes you a lot of time to visually document or show those requirements, it is worth it. Because as you take the time to logically write things out in a Visio diagram, let's say, or in a mock-up, it forces you as a business analyst to really think through the things that you're documenting or the things that you're visually representing. And as you think through those things, the questions will come to your mind saying, hey, does this really make sense? Or I see this flow is supposed to go this way, but it's very redundant, and we can save some efficiency if we do this, this, and this. As you document those things visually, and as you think it through in your mind, you will be able to hone in on areas where there's unclear requirements or areas that you need to get more decisions on. And when you have an idea, before even going to your stakeholders, of those questions that you need to ask as a BA, that's going to make your sessions with your stakeholders that much better and that much more focused, because you already thought things through, because it took you time to visually represent those things that you're trying to build. Now, like I said before, it takes time. It's not easy. And especially when you're trying to document these things, if you do it, just haphazardly and you just throw things together on a piece of paper or on a whiteboard and it looks like spaghetti, that's awful. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're doing it right. And so in another video, I can teach you some tools or some rules that I follow to make those things a lot easier to understand and simpler to read. But it does take time, but it will give you more understanding of the things that you're building, and your stakeholders and your development team will thank you for the time that you took to create those documents or create those artifacts visually rather than just typing it up. So I hope that helps you. Again, you can always find me at vikingagilist.com, where I give you tips on agile development, what it means to improve yourself, and I hope you have a good day.